everyone, and a very warm welcome back to Learning English with Podcast Conversation. I'm your host, Tony, and I'm absolutely delighted to be here with you today. We've got a fantastic episode lined up, and I'm not alone. Today, we have a wonderful guest joining us to share her unique perspective. Please give a huge welcome to Jenny.
Hi, Tony. Thank you so much for that lovely introduction. I'm really excited to be here on the show today. It's a pleasure to chat with you and all your listeners.
It's genuinely great to have you, Jenny. Today, we're diving into a topic that I think many of us have thought about, perhaps even debated, especially if you've ever lived in a bustling urban center or considered moving to one. Our big question for today is, why do people prefer to live in cities? It's a huge topic, isn't it? There are so many factors at play.
Oh, absolutely, Tony. It's such a fascinating question and one I've personally pondered a lot. Cities just have this incredible energy, this magnetic pull, wouldn't you say? There's definitely something very special, almost magical about them, that continuously draws people in, from all walks of life, across the globe.
Definitely. I mean, when you look around, many of the world's populations are becoming increasingly urbanized. It's not just a trend, it's a significant demographic shift. So what do you think is the very first thing that comes to people's minds when they decide, okay, I want to move to a city?
That's a great starting point, Tony. For me, if I had to pick one overwhelming reason, it would certainly be job opportunities. When I think about why I, or many of my friends, initially moved to a city, it was almost always about career advancement, or finding that dream job that simply wasn't available anywhere else. In smaller towns or rural areas, the job market can be quite limited, often dominated by just a few industries, right?
You've hit the nail on the head, Jenny. I totally agree. It's not just about the number of jobs, which is typically much higher in cities, but also the diversity of jobs. You can find highly specialized roles or work in very niche industries that just don't exist outside of major urban hubs. For example, if you're an expert in, say, advanced robotics, or perhaps a niche marketing specialist focusing on sustainable fashion, you're almost certainly going to find those cutting-edge companies headquartered in a city.
Exactly. And it's not only about the traditional corporate world. Even in creative fields like art, music, or digital content creation, cities are often the epicenters. There are more galleries, theaters, recording studios, production houses. It's like a hub for talent, innovation, and collaboration. You feel like there's so much more potential to really grow your career, to push your boundaries, and to learn from the best in your field.
Absolutely. I remember a friend of mine, she wanted to pursue a career in environmental policy. In our hometown, which is lovely but quite small, there were practically no organizations or government bodies working in that specific area. But when she moved to Toronto, she found several nonprofits and government departments actively recruiting for exactly that. It's incredible how many different, diverse industries and professional paths thrive exclusively in cities.
And it's not just about the existence of jobs, but also the potential for better career progression and compensation. Cities often host companies that offer more competitive salaries, better benefits packages, and clearer pathways for promotion. So for many ambitious individuals, it's a very clear and strategic career choice. They see it as an investment in their future, knowing that the higher cost of living might be offset by better earnings and opportunities.
That's a really solid point, Jenny, and it's also about mobility within your career. If you want to switch companies or explore a slightly different role, you often have a plethora of options within the same city. You can gain new experiences without having to uproot your entire life and move to a completely different location. That's a huge advantage, especially when you're establishing yourself professionally.
Yeah, it provides a sense of security, too. If one job doesn't work out, you know there are likely many others waiting for you to explore. It's like a safety net of opportunities.
That's a great segue into our next point, which I think is closely related, education. Jenny, when you think about access to high-quality education, do cities immediately come to mind for you?
Oh, definitely, Tony. Without a doubt, cities are almost synonymous with top-tier educational institutions. I mean, just think about the world's most renowned universities. Oxford, Harvard, Sorbonne, Tokyo University. They are all located in major urban centers. If you're aiming for a very specific, high-level education or a specialized degree, the top programs are almost always found in cities.
Exactly. My sister, for instance, had a passion for marine biology, which you might think is an odd choice for a city, but she found an incredible program at a university in a coastal city that had state-of-the-art research facilities and world-leading professors. She moved there specifically for that unique opportunity,
Wow, that's a perfect example of niche education thriving in an urban environment. And it's not just higher education either. Even for families with younger children, sometimes cities offer a much wider range of schools, including international schools, specialized academies, or those with innovative curricula that might not be available in smaller towns. Parents often prioritize their children's education so highly that they'll make the move to a city just for those better prospects.
That's a very, very valid point. And it's not only formal education we're talking about. Cities also boast an incredible array of informal learning opportunities. Think about the countless workshops, language schools, art classes, coding boot camps, and cultural centers. You can literally learn almost anything, from pottery to advanced coding, just by exploring the options in your neighborhood. It's a constant, vibrant learning environment, almost like the city itself is a giant classroom.
Yes, exactly. I actually took a fantastic artisan bread making class last year in the city center. It was so easy to find, the facilities were amazing, and the instructors were incredibly passionate. In a smaller town, I might have had to travel a long distance, or perhaps settle for something less specialized, or just learn from a YouTube video. It's the access to expert knowledge and diverse learning experiences that makes a huge difference.
And let's not forget the libraries, Jenny. City libraries are often monumental, with vast collections of books, digital resources, quiet study spaces, and even community events. They're like knowledge hubs, right at your fingertips, offering free access to so much information and learning.
Absolutely. So, for anyone prioritizing continuous learning, personal development, or achieving high academic goals, cities offer a truly unparalleled and rich environment to do so. It's a huge magnet for those with an insatiable curiosity.
Beyond careers and education, I think the sheer convenience and access to an incredible array of amenities and services are massive draws. Jenny, what are your thoughts on that aspect of city living?
Oh, 100%, Tony. This is where cities truly shine for daily living. I mean, where do I even begin? Healthcare, for example. You generally have access to top-notch hospitals, a wide range of specialist doctors, and advanced clinics. If you or your family ever need urgent or specialized medical care, being in a city can be a real lifesaver.
Right, and public transportation. That's a huge one for me personally. In many major cities, you often don't even need a car. Buses, trains, subways, trams, even bike-sharing schemes and ride-hailing services make getting around so incredibly easy and efficient. I remember living in a smaller town where you absolutely had to drive everywhere, and it was such a hassle, not to mention expensive with gas and parking.
Totally. My car actually broke down once when I was living in a big city. And honestly, I didn't even notice for weeks because I just used the subway and walked everywhere. It saved me so much money and stress, plus the sheer variety of shopping. From huge department stores to unique independent boutiques, specialty food markets, and endless supermarkets, you can find anything and everything you need, often open much later than in smaller towns.
Yes, the convenience of late-night shopping is something I truly appreciate. And then there are the entertainment options. They're virtually endless. Concerts, theaters showcasing world-class performances, museums displaying priceless art and history, art galleries featuring both established and emerging artists, cinemas showing the latest blockbusters and independent films. There's always something exciting to do every single day or night of the week.
Ah, the food! That's easily one of my absolute favorite parts of city living. The culinary scene in cities is just incredible. You can literally find every cuisine imaginable, from authentic street food stalls serving delicious quick bites to gourmet restaurants with Michelin stars. I love being able to try a different type of cuisine every night if I wanted to. Vietnamese pho, Ethiopian injera, Peruvian ceviche. It's a constant global culinary adventure.
And the diverse range of gyms, fitness centers, and wellness studios too. Whether you're into yoga, CrossFit, swimming, or martial arts, you'll find a specialist studio in the city. It just makes life feel so much smoother, more vibrant, and undeniably more convenient, especially if you have a demanding or busy schedule.
Exactly. It's like the city is designed to cater to every possible need and desire, making daily life incredibly efficient and enjoyable.
Speaking of food and incredible experiences, Jenny, cities are also renowned for their astonishing cultural diversity, aren't they? And hand in hand with that comes a truly vibrant and rich social life.
Oh, without a doubt, Tony. This for me is absolutely one of the most enriching and enjoyable aspects of living in a city. You constantly meet people from all over the world, with incredibly diverse backgrounds, speaking different languages, holding unique perspectives, and celebrating distinct traditions. It's an unbelievably enriching experience that broadens your mind every single day.
It really is. You get to learn so much just by interacting with your neighbors, your colleagues, or even just people you meet casually at a coffee shop. I vividly remember once I was invited to a traditional Chinese New Year celebration by a colleague from work. It was an absolutely amazing, vibrant, and eye-opening experience that I honestly would never have had if I hadn't moved to this wonderfully diverse city.
That sounds truly wonderful. And it's not just about meeting people from different countries. It's also about the sheer variety of social groups, communities, and activities available. Whether you're into obscure board games, competitive birdwatching, extreme sports, or avant-garde performance art, you are almost guaranteed to find a dedicated community or club for it in a city. There's truly something for everyone.
That's so true. It's much easier to find your people in a city simply because there are so many people. In a smaller town or village, you might feel a bit like an outsider if your interests are a bit niche or unusual. But in a city, the chances of finding your tribe, those who truly understand and share your passions, are significantly higher.
Yeah, and there are countless events happening all the time. Festivals celebrating different cultures, bustling street markets, live music concerts, art exhibitions, professional networking meetups. You literally never run out of things to do or incredible opportunities to socialize. It makes you feel like you're constantly connected and part of something much bigger and more dynamic.
And for professional networking too. Cities are absolute gold mines. Conferences, industry-specific events, workshops, casual meetups, alumni gatherings. These are all fantastic chances to connect with people who can offer career advice, open doors to new opportunities, or even become future collaborators and business partners. The professional landscape is incredibly fertile.
Absolutely. It's almost like the city itself is a giant continuous networking event. You never know who you might bump into, or what amazing opportunities might arise from a seemingly casual conversation at a local cafe or a gallery opening. It really expands your horizons, both personally and professionally. It makes life feel a lot more exciting, doesn't it?
It certainly does. That constant hum of possibility is a huge draw. Jenny, you've shared some incredibly insightful points and painted a vivid picture of city life. Now, to make this even more relatable, do you have any personal stories or specific real-life examples that really highlight why you, or perhaps someone close to you, prefers or decided to live in a city?
Let me think. Oh, yes. I have a very clear memory from when I first moved to the capital city for university. I was a bit nervous, coming from a very small, quiet village where everyone knew everyone else. It was a huge change. But within a week, I had already joined a university choir, something I'd always wanted to do but couldn't find in my village. I also found a part-time job at this incredibly cozy, independent bookstore and, wait for it, discovered an amazing, authentic vegan restaurant just 2 blocks from my dorm.
Wow! That's incredibly fast. So it sounds like the city immediately offered you not just practical opportunities, but also a sense of belonging and a place to explore your passions.
Exactly. In my village, there was no choir, no specific bookstore hiring students, and definitely no vegan restaurant. It really, truly opened my eyes to how much more was available, how many different ways of life existed. I felt, like I could truly be myself, explore all my niche interests, and find people who shared them, all without any judgment. It was incredibly liberating.
That's a beautiful story, Jenny, and so relatable. For me, it was similar. After graduating from university, I made the conscious decision to move to a much larger city to pursue my first job in media. I didn't know a single soul there, which was a bit daunting at first, honestly, but the city had so many different meetup groups and social clubs. I specifically joined a hiking club and a photography group. Within just a few months, I had built a completely new circle of friends, and we explored so many hidden gems, both within the city parks and the beautiful natural areas surrounding it.
That's absolutely fantastic, Tony. It just goes to show how quickly you can establish a fulfilling life and build a community for yourself in a city, even if you start from scratch. But, of course, it's not all sunshine and roses, right? I mean, city life, for all its advantages, definitely has its challenges too, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, absolutely. That's a very fair and important point to make, Jenny. For example, the cost of living can be notoriously high. Rent, especially in prime locations, can be astronomical. Food, public transport fares, even a simple coffee. It all adds up significantly. I vividly remember my first apartment. It was absolutely tiny, barely enough space for a bed and a small desk, and the rent was still a surprisingly large chunk of my salary every month.
Yeah, definitely. And the noise. Oh my goodness, sometimes I really, really miss the profound quiet of the countryside. Sirens blaring, constant traffic noise, construction work, the never-ending chatter of people. It can be incredibly overwhelming, especially after a long, stressful day. It's like the city genuinely never sleeps, which is fantastic for some, but not always so great for my personal peace and quiet, or my sleep cycle.
Haha, I know exactly what you mean, Jenny. There have been nights where I swear the city was having a party without me, and sometimes the sheer pace of life can feel relentless. Everyone seems to be rushing somewhere, constantly busy, and it can feel a bit impersonal at times. Like, people are less likely to stop for a casual chat or offer a friendly smile compared to what you might experience in a smaller, more close-knit community.
That's very true. So while cities undeniably offer an immense amount, it's also about finding your own personal balance, isn't it? Perhaps consciously seeking out those quieter moments, finding green spaces, or actively working to build those strong community connections. It's about navigating the urban environment in a way that suits you best.
Exactly. It's definitely a trade-off, and it requires some intentional effort. But for many, myself included, the incredible array of opportunities, experiences, and conveniences that cities offer still significantly outweigh those drawbacks. It's about personal preference in the end. Well, Jenny, this has been such a rich, natural, and incredibly insightful conversation. Before we wrap up this fantastic episode, what would you say are the 3 most important key takeaways for our listeners about why people continue to prefer living in cities?
That's a great challenge, Tony. Okay, I've got 3 main points that I think really encapsulate it. My first key takeaway would be, cities offer unparalleled and diverse opportunities in careers and education. If you are seriously looking to grow professionally, climb the career ladder, or expand your intellectual horizons through specialized learning, cities are almost invariably the best place to find those pathways.
I completely agree, Jenny. Opportunities galore, as we discussed. What's your second crucial point for our listeners?
My second significant takeaway is that cities provide incredible convenience and an unmatched variety in daily life. From accessing world-class healthcare and efficient public transport networks, to enjoying diverse shopping experiences and endless entertainment options, everything you could possibly need or want is usually within easy, quick reach, making life incredibly efficient.
Yes, the convenience factor, that ease of access to everything, is absolutely huge and often underestimated until you experience it. And finally, Jenny, your third powerful takeaway?
And for my third and final point, I'd say cities are vibrant hubs of rich cultural diversity and dynamic social connections. They offer a unique environment where you can constantly meet people from all walks of life, immerse yourself in new cultures, and effortlessly find communities that genuinely share your interests and passions. It truly broadens your perspective and enriches your personal growth.
Those are truly excellent, well-articulated points, Jenny. So, in essence, cities act as powerful magnets for personal growth, daily convenience, and deep, meaningful connections. Despite the inevitable challenges that come with urban living, they offer a unique ecosystem.
Precisely. It's a comprehensive package, if you will.
Jenny, thank you so much again for generously sharing your wonderful insights, your personal experiences, and your enthusiasm with us today. It's been a truly engaging, informative, and inspiring conversation.
It was genuinely my pleasure, Tony. Thank you so much for inviting me. I've had a fantastic time chatting about such a relevant topic.
And to all our incredible listeners out there, we sincerely hope this episode has given you a much clearer and more nuanced understanding of why so many people around the world choose to embrace city life. Whether you are currently a proud city dweller, perhaps considering a big move to an urban center, or simply curious about the dynamics of human settlement, there's no denying the powerful and unique appeal of our bustling urban centers. We genuinely encourage all of you to take a moment and think about what you personally value most in a living environment. Is it the exciting, fast-paced rhythm and boundless opportunities of the city? Or do you perhaps prefer the serene calm and close-knit community feel of a smaller town or rural area? Remember, each option has its own distinct charm and its own set of advantages and disadvantages. If you thoroughly enjoyed this episode, found it helpful, or have your own opinions on city living, please don't hesitate. Subscribe to Learning English with Podcast Conversation right now and share your thoughts, your own experiences, or any burning questions you might have in the comments section on our YouTube channel. We absolutely love hearing from you and engaging with your feedback. Until next time, folks, remember to keep learning, keep exploring the world around you, and most importantly, keep conversing. Goodbye, everyone, and take care.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening.